I'm going to show you some of the plants in here. Let's go ahead and begin at the top. This is and I'll probably say this wrong, but Philodendron Winimba variegated. This is actually a propagation off of the main plant, and it's so pretty. And I remember when I got this in a plant store that I saw it and it was like $400–500, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's very pretty, and I can't explain what it is about it that just makes it so beautiful, but it was very expensive. And then one day I found it for $125. I think it was a propagation, and I went and got it. So it will revert very easily, so you have to be careful with that, but this one's been doing great. So I've got back here, and I don't know why I always forget the name of this thing. I think this is like I can't remember the name, but it's almost like a succulent. I think it's a type of peperomia. Oh my gosh, can't think right now, but I'll think about it later. This is a white wizard, which is also a propagation as well. That was doing really poorly, but then it's doing okay right now. I kind of chopped things up a little bit, so that's doing okay. This is a Swiss cheese, just a propagation. I just thought it looked cute. Looks a little bit sun stressed right there. So I'll probably take off some of these leaves here, pinching them off. I have no idea what's in there. I think this one is a Florida Ghost or Florida Beauty, and then some kind of either corm or an anthurium. I don't know for sure. Right here, I've got Oryphytophora tetrasperma variegated, which this is just this is a propagation from the original one, and it propagates really easily. This is another expensive one, but it's probably come down the price since all the price knocks. And then this is a Red Anderson. This one that I got has always kind of had those little spots on it, and so I don't know. It's a propagating. And then this one is an Anthurium timplaumani, which is just one that I got from, I think it was Equigenera. It's just kind of cute. It's got a little inflorescence there. Here is a jewel orchid. This is another propagation. I've got in there a polypoidance back behind there. That was one that I also propagated. It's kind of hard to propagate that one, and I've got it in stratum, and it's doing okay. I've got a strawberry shake, which these are almost all propagations, to be honest, but the variegation on there is very pretty, very pretty. So what's next? Okay, Hoya clistophylla, and which has not, I think this bloomed once for me, but look at that, the pattern on the leaf. It's just so beautiful. Got a peperomia, I think it's obtusifolia. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking of a different pepper. I don't know what my problem is with the peperomias today, but I know this, I'm just not thinking. Then I've got a Hoya super silver, the Croniana. This I got a propagation as well, and it's doing great. They weren't even like rooted or anything like that. Here's another one, super cute. This is a Scindapsus silver lady. I wanted one of these for a while, and it just had one leaf when I originally got it, and now it's doing pretty well. Here I've got a Hoya queen, a little bit sun stressed. The interesting thing about this, and I'll show you here, is I had just accidentally, years ago, I placed this in this glass pot here for elevation, and it had some sphagnum moss in there, and ever since it's grown like that. So Hoyas like smaller pots. Then I've got a Tradescantia nanook, which loves its light. I found this is one that kind of is a little bit easier to get root rot than the others, and a little more difficult to take care of. Tradescantia, if you know anything about it, I feel like that it can grow on the moon or at Mars or wherever. Tradescantia is not hard to grow at all, and I think they call it like inch plant. Hoya sunrise, that has a little bit of sun stress. These get really pretty when they're sun stressed. This one's not really that sun stressed, but it's just a brilliant color when it is. This one I got really small. So Hoyas just grow really slow. What else? Let's see. On this one here, I've got a Hoya retusa, which is growing great. It kind of looks like the Linaris, which I had a huge Linaris plant, but I only have one little baby leaf from it. So, and what do we got there? I think I have a propagation of the Hoya retusa. I've got a Melanochrysum that, honestly, I don't know. I thought the Melanochrysums were going to be so easy. I just never had luck with the velvety leaf ones, the Varicosums, all that. I just don't have luck. Then I've got an alocasia confetti, which is absolutely beautiful, with the variation of colors on there. And then in here, this was a terrarium that I just planted some various things, like I think there's some micans in there. And I got some moss from outside. I don't even know if you guys can see it, probably not, but put some other things in there just for the heck of it. Another melanochrysum that I've been trying to propagate. Another polypoidance, which is probably too close to the light, which is doing great. These are, like I said, these are kind of hard. I think I said that these are kind of hard to propagate. I don't know why it's hard to get them to node, to shoot roots out. Then I've got donkey toe, and that one is actually a propagation from another one that fell over, and so I decided it was so big and long that I went ahead and just did it into separate little parts. Here's some kind of succulent, I don't know. Here is a orchid. That poor thing, it wasn't doing very well, but I think it's actually coming back, so that's good, because it almost looked like it was done. This is a watermelon Paleonia, I think is the name of that. And then this is a Hoya Wilbur Graves. I wanted this for so long. Look at that. That leaf is absolutely amazing. The other ones don't look quite like that, and if you know why, let me know in the comments below. It's been under lots of light, so I'm not really sure what the case is. Let's move these over. I actually got these, I think, from Amazon. And then let's go ahead and get in here. I think this is actually, I can't do it with one hand. I think this is a string of arrows. The funniest thing I have to tell you real quick about this is, yeah, I'm propagating some string of arrows. I had an arrow hanging up, pointing towards a pot, and this just happened to be in the pot. And I didn't even know the name of the string of arrows, but the arrow was pointing straight at the string of arrows. It was kind of funny because it was like, how did that happen? I didn't even know the name of it, and the arrow was pointing to it. So anyways, well, that's my Ikea cabinet number 1. Make sure to follow along, like this video if you like these kind of videos, and I'll end up showing you my other Ikea plant cabinet here in a little bit. If there's anyone in particular that you want me to talk about as far as care routines, let me know and I'll make a video on it.